Fridays. We love doing these live Fridays. Kind of a way for us to interact with you guys on an immediate basis. We see the live chat coming through. We've got a lot of great plants coming up on this weekly whammy. Talk about a few here real quick. We can jump into some of these. Let's start out here. We got Acer palmatum kotobuki. What a great variegated cultivar. Going to be available this morning on our weekly whammy. That's one that doesn't come around real often. Beautiful pinks and whites variegation on kotobuki. Absolutely beautiful tree, man. Kind of a newer dwarf introduction from Japan. That bright and white pink variegation on that one is just so showy. Very kind of gives you this flowering vibe to it. The whole plant just kind of comes to life with all that variegation. Really nice plant on that.
You know, I'm just getting in here, stepping in for Corbin, looking at this list. Man, there's some killers on there, man. And to kind of explain, this weekly whammy, this is a sale that's going to kind of, you know, you'll see some new trees pop up over the weekend on this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll have a list that comes out on Fridays. Another list comes out on Saturday, and then another list on Sunday to give you guys kind of a fresh variety of plants to look throughout the weekend. But man, there's a lot of great plants on this. We've been kind of digging out in the greenhouses to try to find some things that we don't have a huge number of, but you know, our limited sale is usually just one or two of something. These are usually between 5 and 10 or 12 of something.
Right.
So smaller sets, but enough there to give you guys a better shot at getting some of this.
Look at this list, man. Ruby de Sophia. I mean, like,
dude, that's such a great new up and coming reticulated type. I love it, man. It's got kind of a larger leaf to it. Really strong reticulation on that. The blushing pink colors over that green is really, really nice. And it has an odd growth habit, too. It's kind of this weird shaped way the growth habit happens on that. Absolutely love that, the Ruby de Sophia. I think it's kind of one of the up-and-coming reticulated types getting more and more popular.
And how about Burgundy Jewel? I mean, like...
Yeah, that's Acer circinatum. Yeah, very cool tree. It has a really dark kind of purple blush on that leaf. A color you don't see too often. Really, really striking presence in the garden as well. Looks like we're going to have these in 1 gallons and 1 gallon XL sizes coming into that. So really nice. That Burgundy Jewel, nice maroon red, rounded leaf. Kind of reminds me of like a Ceboldianum or, you know, that style of leaf. Kind of that full moon style, the way you get that with the circinatum.
To me, it's one of those texture trees for the landscape.
Yeah.
You know, you put that in with, you know, like some of these that we have, you know, looks like, hey, hello, YouTube. It looks like we're back on, we were on Facebook from what I understand, but we weren't going on YouTube. Welcome, YouTube. We've been talking here for a little bit. So, like, let's step back. We were talking about Burgundy Jewel. We can get back to Burgundy Jewel.
Back to that.
But welcome. We've got this wonderful Suriname tree that we are giving away today. The way you're going to win this tree is to go to all your different social networks, to your email chain, garden email chain. Let them know. I'm going to ask Corbin to put the link up on YouTube if you can on the live chat, and if you can get that up. But go share the link for the weekly whammy sale.
Mm-hmm.
Come back on social media, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, put hashtag weekly whammy, or you can shorten it up to hashtag WW.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you will be put into our Wheel of Destiny, and you have the chance to win this tree today.
Yeah, Acer palmatum Suriname, super cool cultivar. You don't see it in production as much anymore. It's an older cultivar, been around a long time, and I think it's good to see that kind of back in circulation. You don't want to let these old classics, you know, fade off into the distance in the pursuit of some of these new things. I think Suriname is a must-have in the collection, one that I've always sought after. I have one in my garden as well. And I know Matt and Tim have always spoke highly of this. This was one early on when they were getting started, they were told about this cultivar and someone who was like, hey, you got to start producing Shiranami. You got to check this tree out. Really cool, older cultivar. And we're giving away one today for free. If you guys go and share that link to our Weekly Whammy sale, do the hashtag Weekly Whammies, and shout out to us here in the live chat. Make sure everybody's kind of hanging out, chatting with us in the live. We appreciate everybody being here.
Absolutely. And for those on Facebook, I apologize, but for those on YouTube, we've got a open house coming up July 11th and 12th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on each day. That way we can keep people kind of out of those greenhouses in the afternoon. July gets a little warm inside those greenhouses, especially in the afternoon. But we can we made it 2 days so we can still get the full open house experience, the full time to do it. But, come chill with us at the open house. Make your plans now. It's always a blast.
Yeah.
I see a lot of these names in the chat. We see you at the open houses, and it's fun to put that face to the name.
Yep.
And always a blast. So make those plans now.
It's a great community to be a part of. The plant community is a huge benefit, and I think everybody really, once you start to connect into that community, your interest in plants and your love for plants and passion kind of continues to grow because you have people to share it with. It's like a beautiful garden. It's like, what a shame to have a beautiful garden if no one ever sees it, right? So the joy of sharing plants and the beauty of them, I think, is really cool. And the open house is a perfect way to get to know other plant people. I know I've connected with so many and have made so many great friends just from meeting them at open house. People that I talk to personally on a daily basis, and chat with.
Absolutely.
And, so it's really cool how these relationships can come from that. And the open house is a perfect way to connect. And an opportunity to come walk through all of our greenhouses and just kind of take a stroll through the thousands and thousands of varieties of Japanese maples out there and plants, conifers, flowering shrubs and trees, dogwoods. I mean, we have a ton of stuff right now. We have a huge section of 10 gallons and bigger stuff outside as well right now. So great time if you're planning on coming to an open house, you need a bigger size. You can pick that up when you come to the open house. Start putting together your orders. We're going to have this weekly whammy sale this weekend, so you guys definitely going to find something cool in there to add to your list. And then, you could start building those orders to pick up at the open house.
Okay, I see some names coming in with the weekly whammy, with the hashtags. Corbin's going to get those into the Wheel of Destiny. So you have a chance to win this tree sitting in front of us. Man, let's talk about this weekly whammy sale.
Let's do it, man. Weekly whammy just hit this morning at 9 o'clock. We just uploaded a bunch of new plants into the weekly whammy sale. It's a cool way for us to offer some of these smaller sets of, smaller number of sets of plants that we have out there that aren't quite big enough to go on our 10 at 10 sale and a few too many to be on our limited. So it's kind of the sweet spot there where we have a set of maybe 5 or 10 or 12 of something that we need to get on the website and get listed and give you guys an opportunity to purchase. We got a bunch of them loading up on Friday this morning, and then we'll have more coming to load in on Saturday and then more load in on Sunday. So really cool opportunity for you guys to get some pretty rare plants, honestly, because a lot of these whammies and the limiteds are some of the ones that we don't release that often. They're more limited in supply and production.
And to be honest with you, some of these I know are cultivars that we've had sets in the past for 10 at 10s, and those sets get depleted, and we'll have a few here and a few here and a few here, and they're not listed. And then we realize, like, holy cow, we've got a decent number of these that we could put on sale.
Yeah.
So some of these that, you look and say, I'm looking for this tree, but it's not available. So some of these, looking at the list, might be some that we haven't had listed for a minute now, haven't been available, but now are like, man, there's just some killers like Red Web.
Yeah.
Awesome lace leaf.
Yeah, you don't see that one too often. I mean, it comes around, but it usually sells out really quick. So, you some of these cultivars, like I said, they come through the 10 at 10 and sell out quick, and then we may have some smaller sets of those around that come through later on that we need to get available for you guys, and that's kind of what we're using the Weekly Whammy for. I'm seeing, I noticed right here, we'll tell you guys this just so you don't have the FOMO, the fear of missing out, right? Shiraname, we're giving away this one right here that you guys can see here by you guys sharing the link and doing the hashtag, but we also have them available for sale on the Weekly Whammy right now on the website. So if you have it in your mind that you have to have this one in your collection, just go MrMaple.com, click that, add it to your cart, and check out. Get you a Shiraname today, the light wave Japanese maple. I love this thing, man. It's so nice. It's different. When you think about all the different cultivars, I think Shiraname kind of stands out. It has that really nice leaf shape to it, beautiful blushing colors in the spring. And then even like this time of the year right now, they're a little greened out for the summer. But if you have these out in the sun, you can still be getting some nice kind of this pink blushing color over top of that. Looks really nice this time of the year.
Well, you mentioned it's part of the 1700s list. And I think sometimes that list is the trees on there are sometimes underappreciated. But if you think about it, they've been grafting these since the 1700s.
Yeah.
So that tells you that if something's been around that long, that has a certain level of, toughness, a certain level. It's a tank. It's something that handles something really. I mean, it's part of that 1700s list. It's something that's been around. So this is one of those that when I get it in my garden landscape, or if I keep it in a container, it's going to perform well.
Definitely. I just noticed that we got Chantilly lace is on this Weekly Whammy today. That one, man, that's hard to get your hands on one of those, so don't miss out on that. Beautiful lace leaf. Really, really nice kind of pink flushes in the spring over top of that green. Really like a multicolor plant, I think, a lot of the times. Provides a lot of color contrast. And that finely dissected leaf on it, just the texture is crazy.
Well, as Corbin described it earlier this morning, as it's really Chantilly and lacy.
It's really Chantilly and lacy.
No, I kid. But this one as a lace leaf, what I really like about this one is its habit. Its habit is a little bit different. I mean, like you look at other lace leaves, and the habit of this tree to me seems to have its own unique type of habit. Yeah,
I love that kind of arching and reaching habit that it has. I know they have a beautiful one here at the property that used to be the one that Matt and Tim used as a selling tool, man. Like when they did a tour in that garden, everybody saw the Chantilly lace. It was like, where can we get one of those? They knew if people saw that one, they better have some available because everybody's going to want to buy one. But we got that listed online today, so make sure you go and take the opportunity to get Chantilly lace before those sell out. Just kind of scrolling down through here, we got Shinda Shoujo.
Yeah, man.
Man, this thing, the spring color on this thing is phenomenal. You got some nice kind of these bright pink reds with a little bit of like a yellow eye, a little yellow veining to the leaf as well. Really, really nice small leaf, really popular for bonsai, but look great out in the landscape too, man. Beautiful tree.
Absolutely. And I know that one, if, the sale's going on right now, don't be afraid to go ahead and scoop that up because I know that Shinda Shoujo is one that's in demand. I've seen people asking for it.
Yeah.
So now we've got some. So if you're looking for it, go ahead, get your Weekly Whammy entry in. But, if you need to jump away from YouTube or Facebook, go ahead and get on there and snag that up now because I don't think that's going to last long.
Yeah, I like the idea too that right now, guys, you can start building your pickup orders for open house.
Absolutely.
So if you're planning to attend the open house July 11th and 12th, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., you can start building orders over the next few weeks so you can have a nice little pile of trees to pick up. And then while you're here, shop, hang out, talk to all your friends, and make some new friends and get to know us. We'd love for you guys to come to us and And if you want to get in on a video, we love to do like top 5 videos with people, just your top 5 maples that you love in your garden, plants you're interested in. We love doing interviews, just kind of telling us your story about how you got going into maples and how many do you have, and, just kind of a conversation about what's going on in your world of maples and plants. We're always interested in that. And I think it's fun to share that. And we'll do videos with you guys, and then we'll do like a big open house video and showcase some of you guys' plants and some of the things you're working on. It's a lot of fun.
Well, just back to the open house. I mean, you were talking about before the community, and I've seen it with my own eyes where people will come in and say, oh, I live in this location, and someone will overhear them and say, hey, that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
And, growing plants and growing trees, there's that environmental factor. So what works for me here may not always work exactly to a T where you live. So this is an opportunity to connect with people also as well that live in your area where you can, I've been really successful with this, and this is how I've been. It's a learning opportunity. It's building of that community. Yeah. And that's really what these open houses have really become, an opportunity to meet people, like-minded people that are into the same thing. And you're going to run into across someone who lives near you,
right,
that's in that same growing zone, and y'all can trade those secrets, because that's what this is all about.
Oh yeah, man, that's so true. I mean, I think I've met so many people that live actually here in North Carolina that come out to the open house. It's an amazing community of people. I think that's what really got me into plant. I mean, I love the plant world. But the more I got to know the people who were behind the scenes, that ran all of these different nurseries, and you get into the world of horticulture, and there's just a lot of really cool people who are passionate about what they're doing, and it's infectious. You kind of get that urge and that sense of like, man, I need to be more involved with this and creating beautiful garden spaces and doing my part to make this world a little more beautiful. And Japanese maples and conifers and all of the plants that we offer here at Mr. Maple is a great way to start doing that.
And looking at this list for the Weekly Whammy that's on sale, you talking about other plants? Man, azalea, rosy lights.
Yeah, man, that's I love getting into the azaleas, bright pink flowers on that. Nice splash of color out in your garden. This is going to be a deciduous azalea. Really cool. The blooms on that thing are so vibrant pink. They look like they're just like plugged in. This bright pink on that. I love azaleas, man. They kind of give you that exciting spring interest and kind of get you going out in the garden. I'm seeing right here, this one's kind of blowing my mind, right, guys. We got 3-gallon gossamers.
I know, right?
Acer japonicum gossamer. Now, Matt always says there's nothing awesomer than a gossamer. He's pretty true on that, man. I mean, this thing's got some crazy, wild, kind of this fiery orange fall color with a little yellow speck sprinkled in. It looks absolutely insane. The finely dissected leaves on this thing just give it such a unique texture and shape. This thing looks like just like a little creature out in the garden, man. I love gossamer.
To me, it's like the linear lobum of japonicum.
Yeah, it's very, very kind of stringy, oddly dissected. Look like the leaves are kind of different too. Like you'll see different styles of leaves on the same tree. It's really cool, like the new growth compared to the older growth. There's like a lot of contrast and texture on that. And we got them in 3-gallon sizes, which is crazy. It's a super slow growing dwarf. So to get them in a 3-gallon size, pretty rare, honestly. Like most of the time we get them in a 1-gallon and they've sold out before we even get to a 3-gallon size. So don't sleep on those, guys. We definitely, if you got to have a gossamer, we got a good size for those as well. So,
and how about Acer palmatum Dark Night?
Dark Night, man. I love the New Ghost series. A lot of new ghosts coming out, but Dark Nights, it's been impressing me, honestly. Like that's one that kind of stops me in the greenhouses, and I have to take a second look at it. Really strong, dark burgundy veining on that with that red leaf, and the more sun you give it to, it gets even more darker tones on that, and it makes those veining stand out even more. I love the reticulated style Japanese maples. I mean, absolutely stunning. I love the new Ghost series. There's a lot of new ones out there, and Dark Knight's one you definitely need to add to your collection for sure.
Well, that's one of those that with, the huge diversity of Japanese maples and colors and plants in the landscape.
Yeah.
Man, you take Dark Knight, you pair that up, or you have such section with like a summer gold or, with that yellow in there, or even a red. You get like a red Tamukiyama in there with that summer gold, and then you get that Dark Knight with that dark color in there.
Yeah.
Those colors like play off so well with each other, and that's what I really like. I'm starting to see a lot more of these red uprights that are getting darker.
Yeah.
And some of these introductions, and Dark Knight being one of those, that you can put that against another red.
And it's a nice contrast.
And it's a nice contrast.
Yeah,
really, because, a lot of times you think of, that dark's going to darken it, make it look dark. But no, around those other trees, it actually makes it pop even more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've got a great list of plants on this Weekly Whammy this morning, everybody. Just hit the website this morning at 9 o'clock. Just launched this Weekly Whammy sale starting this weekend. Now, we're going to have a group of plants that listed today. Then we got another group that comes live tomorrow on Saturday, and then another fresh group on Sunday. So keep your eye on that throughout the weekend. Make sure you kind of routinely coming back and checking MrMaple.com, because we're updating and putting new plants on there all the time. And don't forget about the limited sale.
Oh, don't forget. It's still going on.
The limited sale is still going on, guys. And so, like, if you're looking at the Whammy list and you're like, well, I've got all of those. As a collector, you get to that point where you're like, I've got all those. But the limited sale can possibly find some things that you may not have in your garden yet, especially if you're a seasoned collector and you got everything in the book. But I love the limited sale, because it's some of those that just 1 and 2 that we've got that have kind of lingered around that we need to get available on the website. And that's every hour, every day. So, the limited sale is really cool opportunity to come in and pick up some really cool trees. And we also have, just kind of going through the list of sales here, we still have the summer shade tree sale going on right now. We still have some large shade trees available for you guys if you're needing to create some shade in your garden for your shade-loving plants, or even some of your smaller Japanese maples, things like that can grow as understory trees around that shade. Go check out our summer shade tree sale.
And any of these, if you plan on being at the open house, or, you look at those bigger trees and you're like, okay, we can't ship those, but I'm coming to the open house, let us know, let our office know, and we will be happy to make those available for pickup at the open house. So go ahead and, you can start making these lists now, like you said before. Go ahead and make these lists now. Go ahead and get yours. We'll be happy to hold on to it and take care of it until you can take ownership of it at the open house. Don't forget that. And, we got a little glitch with the YouTube this morning. So I think, maybe go a little bit longer today.
Yeah.
To give people, those on YouTube that didn't have a chance. But we're giving away this tree right here, Shiranami. To win this tree today, and I see it filling up. Corbin's filling it up with names. But go ahead and share the sale link on any of the social networks, or if you have an email chain, let your gardening clubs know, and then come back here in the live chats, #WW or #Weekly Whammy. Be entered to win this tree today. Like I say, maybe we'll go a few little extra minutes since we had a little hiccup this morning.
Yeah, we'll jump into this. I just wanted to just talk about these real quick. For those of you who are coming to the open house, we are having an open house July 11th and 12th. From 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. both days. So make plans for that. And those of you who are planning to attend, it's the perfect time to get some of these bigger sizes. I've been working really hard to update the inventory on our 10 gallons and bigger sizes like that are not shippable at this point. They're too big to ship, so they can only be picked up here at the nursery. And an open house is the perfect time for that. But, guys, we have Aka Amote in some huge sizes. Beautiful Acer japonicum. We got Ariadne, 10-gallon Ariadnes. I mean, you don't see that available very often in that size. Just wanted to hit on a few of these so you guys can know what we've got. We got a beautiful Acer Palmatum Giro Shidari, beautiful weeping cultivar. The size and shape on this one that we have here, the 10-gallon, is absolutely phenomenal. I've been having to use a little bit of self-restraint because every time I walk by it, I'm like, man, that would look sweet in my garden. But I have to use a little bit of self-restraint because I'm running out of room. But I got room for, always got room for one more maple.
And I just want to say, we do have the open house coming up, but with these bigger trees that can't ship, we do offer, if you contact our office on Thursdays, you can schedule to come and shop the larger trees. Now, because we are a working nursery, and we do a lot of mail order, those greenhouses won't be available for you to shop like you would at the open house. But these larger trees that can't ship, if you're in the area or you're coming through and you want to stop, you can make appointments. We do take appointments on Thursdays. So just keep that in mind with these larger trees as well.
Yeah, we got a nice mix of larger stuff here. We got some beautiful pink heartbreakers, red buds. We've got a weeping cherry, pink cascade. Beautiful sizes on these. The summer golds that we have are huge. The 10-gallon, they're probably a good 8 to 10 feet tall. Beautiful, beautiful specimens of those. And just to let you guys know, I'm constantly updating this bigger size list here. Just the other day, I found 5 Indian summers in 5 gallons that were just huge, and listed those on the website, and boom, they sold, man.
Boom.
People were like, a 5-gallon Indian summer that's too big to ship.
How did you just find 5? That's what I got to ask. Like, where were they hiding?
Where were they hiding? They were hiding. I'm telling you, man. But I'm out there all the time looking for new plants to get updated on the inventory and get them on the website so you guys have an opportunity to pick one of those up. But make sure you're always paying attention to that big 10-gallon and pickup only sale that we have going on. Shade tree sale. There's a bunch of truncatum hybrids over there that are available as well. It's an exciting time here at Mr. Maple. Summer is here. It has been getting hot and toasty outside, but we're working hard to provide you guys with some amazing variety of plants to purchase.
Man, looking at this list of the Weekly Whammy on sale right now, I'm talking about Pink Princess.
Dude,
woo!
That is an awesome cultivar. One of the few like variegated brooms that are out there in the market. Beautiful pink and green. Love that pink variegation. Very reminiscent of like Benny Shishahinge. I believe this was a sport found on that.
But stable.
Very stable. The leaves on it are very small. Like I'm talking very small. I would love to see this in a bonsai form. I think it would really lend well to that. I think this one can be kind of shaped and pruned. That would really create an interesting shape for a bonsai. I'd love to see that. But a great tree, man. If you need a splash of color and you need something that stays really small, definitely one to check out. Get that Pink Princess. Love that tree, man. Love the pink variegation on that.
MJ's saying you had those Indian summers hiding in your backyard.
Well, there are 2 planted at my house, but they're not for sale.
That made me laugh.
Man, I'll tell you what, guys. Yeah, so the Weekly Whammy launched this morning. We got a lot of great plants on there. You guys need to go and check that out. We have the open house coming up too, guys. We don't want to miss that. Start booking your hotels. I know there's like a couple of hotels around here that are real popular. Everybody usually stays at those, and then they kind of hang out. We usually have a dinner before open house, like the night before. Everybody gets together and just talks about their gardens and shares pictures and have something good to eat and just hang out. I love that. The dinner is always fun to get together with everybody.
So we are going a little longer this morning since we had a little hiccup with YouTube going live, but we are giving away this tree. If you haven't gotten your name in yet, go ahead and get your name. share the sale link on social media. Come back here, post hashtag WW or hashtag Weekly Whammy, and Corbin will get you entered in. And woo, I see a lot of entries.
Got a lot of entries over there.
But you know, it's not as many. There's a lot more people in this live chat than I see on that list. And we've had people that have won numerous times. So it's not like this is a contest where the odds are, you know, you'll get struck by lightning before you win. Your odds are pretty good to come out here a winner. I see names on here now that have entered that have won before, so those chances are there.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, we all get excited about all these different cultivars, and Shiranami is one that, you know, is one that doesn't come around real often. I think we're really working hard to get it in more production, but it's a rare opportunity to get one of these, especially as a giveaway, a free tree. If you do share the link, you do the hashtag Weekly Whammy. But don't fear, if you don't win this for some reason, we do have Shiranami available on the website to purchase. So don't sleep on that. Make sure you go and pick you up one, even if you've entered to win the free one. I mean, would 2 Shiranamis be a bad thing?
I don't think so. I don't think that's a bad idea.
You could put one in sun, you know, get some and show the color variance. You could put one in shade just to kind of see how it does in both situations.
Well, I mean, I've always believed that if you're a true collector, you always have 2 of everything, right? Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. If you have space for that, you know. But I mean, there are a few trees, you know, that I like so much that I have 2 of. You know, Hot Blonde's one of the trees that I have multiples of in my garden, for sure. It's a super cool tree. I love the Hot Blonde. But yeah, we've got a lot of cool sales going on right now. Appreciate everybody hanging out here in the live chat. We did have some technical difficulties this morning on YouTube, but you know, we're winging it. We got this thing.
We got it.
We got this.
So I'm gonna say, so it's 9:38 now. Let's go ahead and give it till 9:40. Corbin, if you will, at 9:40, go ahead and call it for us. So anyone that hasn't entered yet, you got a few more minutes to get those names in. And how about on the Weekly Whammy sale today, talking about Acer Palmatum red filigree lace?
Yeah, man, this thing is like super fine, right? Like
it is.
It is so fine, it blows my mind.
You're a poet. No, but it really is though.
It really is. Like, it's hard. It's like the leaf on it is so finely just dissected and just so thin that it's hard to like capture it. Like, to get a picture of it, you almost need something behind it.
Yeah, pictures don't give it true representation.
It's really nice. And you know what's crazy is it looks kind of real fragile and like delicate, but it's a trooper, man. I have mine planted in full sun in my garden. Now, I am in Western North Carolina, and people sometimes joke and say I live in unicorn land or something over here with like nothing but sunshine and rainbows and all these things. But it's a trooper, man. It's growing like a weed, very strong grower in full sun for me. And that leaf on it, the texture is like nothing else in my garden. Like I don't think there's a dissectum any finer than that one right there.
And what I find interesting about it with that, you know, everyone's on search for that. I want that red tree that I can put in shade and will stay red. You know, how often, my tree's turning green. That's one of those that even in heavy shade retains that red really, really, really well.
Yeah, it does, man. I love the fact that you can tuck that into some shade and not lose the dynamic color of that. Nice, beautiful reds, dark burgundies that you can get in those summer months. Super fine lace leaf, slow growing. I mean, you're talking 3 to 4 feet in 15 years, so it's not going to get too big for your space. You can put that in a lot of great container plant. I can imagine, a couple of nice sizes of these, one on each size of like an entryway or up to your porch or your deck. Swimming pool area, something like that would be really nice to see those out. Something you want to get up close to appreciate that real finely dissected leaf on it.
Okay, Corbin, we're at 9:40. We're going to get Corbin to go ahead and call it.
Spin the wheel.
It is spinning.
wheel is spinning.
Okay, Bryan, I'm going to give you that my eyes are old.
That one, I don't know if I can pronounce that name here.
Young Ye Zhu Thanai. Is that how you would say that?
Sure.
My apologies for butchering. But we do have a winner, and Corbin's going to go ahead and post that. So we ask you to please, the winner to please contact our office, because we do need to verify the entry.
Yeah, all valid entries, must contact the office here, and also you must be within the United States to win this as well. We only ship within the United States. So make sure to reach out. We're going to post that. Corbin's going to post that name in the chat. Congratulations on that win, and we'll be in touch, and make sure you reach out to us here at Mr. Maple.
Well, congratulations, the Suriname. You are the winner, and I apologize for butchering your name. Hey, guys, we really appreciate y'all tuning into this, and even though we had a little hiccup this morning, and I wasn't supposed to be behind the seat, jumped in to last case, but worst case scenario, but we appreciate y'all tuning in. We continually appreciate your business and supporting us here at Mr. Maple, and here at the Mr. Maple Show. And, none of this would be possible without any of you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I can't speak about that enough. To be honest, man, like personally for me, it means a lot for me to be back at the farm. A lot of the people that I get to sell plants to are a lot of friends and acquaintances, people that I have a lot of tremendous respect for. And it gets me excited and motivates me every day to, like, man, how can I make a better product? How can I get a more variety available? What can I do every day to increase, the opportunity for you guys to create beautiful gardens? Because that's what I'm doing, man, and I absolutely love it. I get into it. I get off work and everybody's like, man, you probably get enough of trees, don't you? And I'm like, no, man, I go home and then I walk my garden and look at my trees and think about my trees. I talk to my trees. I prune on my trees. I'm always involved with it. So I get to spend all day here at Mr. Maple, and then I go home and create my little garden there. So it's a lot of fun.
And then we talk about trees.
Yeah, we talk about trees. I love it, man. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We love doing these Friday giveaways here. We always do a free tree on our lives. We always talk about what sales we have going on here at MrMaple.com. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We appreciate the support there. We do a lot of content on here trying to bring more information and showing you guys, big mature specimens of trees out in gardens. We do these garden tours. We do cultivar highlights. It's a lot of fun to create here on the Mr. Maple Show, because a lot of that kind of video catalog hasn't really been done yet, and we're trying to pursue that. And
we've got Bryan's top 25 Japanese maples coming up in the near future on the podcast.
Yeah, the podcast, man. Me and Sean's been getting in on some podcasts. Me and Corbin's been doing some podcasts. So it's been a lot of fun getting in there and just talking about plants. So we appreciate all you guys' support.
Y'all take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.